All right, what is happening, champions? Here we are in the S35 CA with the 90mm gun. I know I told you I was going to do some 90mm videos, and here's one of them. It's a good gun. As you notice, it's a lot smaller than the 105mm cannon that you can get, but it is a very good gun nonetheless. I had a lot of fun in it. It's kind of meant more for I think, in my opinion, kind of the lower tiers, but I guess with the faster reload and the more superior aiming time and accuracy, but it's still does very high damage with a better rate of fire and with a better aiming time. But I just prefer the 105. I have been having so much fun in this tank. It is just a quality tank, a really good tank destroyer, a joy to play. So we're looking at the two names of the cannons. Is for this one the 90mm, and you can tell because it's shorter. The 90mm AC Cannon DCA. So that's what this one's called. Oh, let's get that back on. Hopefully, yep, we're glued. And then the other cannon, the one I prefer, is the 105mm AC MLE 1930S. And that is just a hell of a cannon. It really is. I'm just enjoying using that. What I found with this cannon is I got frustrated more often. It's the same problem I feel like in the SU-85. You get a tank that just does so much damage, but and it's the same problem with the 105 and the 90mm cannon, by the way, on this gun. It does so much damage, you'll take off 90% of the enemy's health, and then somebody else will finish them off because your reload isn't good enough, or your aiming time isn't good enough, or the accuracy isn't bad on these guns. It's just sometimes it leaves to be desired. But you do so much damage that you just weaken them to the point where you don't get the kill. And that's my only problem with these. That's why I'm having such a hard time producing Top Gun games. But other than that, I've been having amazing, good, fun games. Every single game I play, I feel like I get at least 2 to 3 kills in this tank. At least. There are a ton of games where I'll finish on 5 and be pissed because that's not a Top Gun. That's what I like to put online, but there are a lot of games where you'll finish with 5 kills. I cannot recommend this tank enough. It is very fun. The SU-85 is very frustrating for me, but this one is it's just been a joy to drive. So I would suggest if you're a tank destroyer guy, you definitely go down the French tank destroyer line just to get this tank because it is so worth it. And it doesn't matter what gun you prefer. They're both amazing guns. This one has that, like I said earlier, superior rate of fire, superior aiming time, still does hellish amounts of damage. Watch, this is a very good replay demonstrating the strength of the 90mm gun. So we got a T-70 over here on our left. Come on, show up. There we go. Very good view range on the S35 CA. Perfect. See that? When you're in the lower tiers, this gun still one-shots pretty much, a lot of stuff. It really does. But when you're in the higher tiers, it'll damage it a lot and leave it just on a low percentage of health for somebody else to finish, which is, it can be very frustrating. Boom. Perfect. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. This tank is just a joy, a huge joy to drive. M2 medium, we can take you out easy. That's what I'm talking about. So we're at 3 kills already. It just took us a little time to get into a good position to get kills. The scores are 9-6. I haven't been put any stress at all. Not one bit. This gun also offers you a little bit more flexibility. If you're using the 105mm cannon like I use, you're pretty much relegated to being just a tank destroyer. You really can't go hunting stuff down, or you shouldn't be scouting with it. With the reload time and the aiming time on that gun, you need to be in the back sniping. You need to be medium to long range, picking off targets one by one or weakening them for other people to take off or take out. But with this gun, you have the ability to move forward. You can get stuck in at medium ranges a lot better, and there's just a lot more chance of your survivability. So like I said before, it's a good gun. They're both great guns. I would love to have either one equipped on my tank, but I just prefer the 105 millimeter gun. Just it's a personal opinion. I'm not going to bag on either one of them. Got a Martyr 2 here. Oh, he's toast no matter what gun I'm using. I feel so bad for Martyr 2s that get spotted. I had a pretty good... I think I did very well in my Martyr 2. I had a lot of fun in that. Even though they say it used to be a lot better than it is now. I felt like it was still a great tank destroyer. M41, we got an artillery here. Can we get it? See that? And that is due in part, well, in very large part, to the superior aiming time. Did you see how quickly another shot landed after I fired? I would not have had the aiming time to hit that guy in my 105 millimeter cannon, and this would have been another frustrating match where I only finished with 5 kills. You know, that's just life. Head, sir. See, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. If somebody was near here, they could have taken him out by now. And there are people near here that are attempting to, but that is the upper casement of a Hetzer, and he's angled in such a fashion. There's just no way I'm going to penetrate it. It's going to bounce. Yeah, I don't care what kind of gun I'm using. That thing's going to bounce every time. So we'll move up. I like that Martyr 2's name, Teufelhound. Devil Hound. I like it. That's kind of cool. Devil Dog, I guess. Alright, so we'll move up here. And like I said, with this 90mm gun, you have more flexibility to do this stuff. It's okay for you to move up with this gun. But with the 105mm gun, you really don't want to be anywhere. If you don't kill somebody who's charging you, if you don't kill somebody who's flanking you in one shot, you're toast. Because you've got a 13-second reload and you're, boom, 6 kills. Perfect. And you're just sitting out in the open. And as you can imagine, this gun doesn't do so well in mid-tiers. A lot of these kills are due in part to the fact I'm fighting tier 3s, guys that I can one-shot. If they were higher tiers, like a Stug or an SU-85, I would only be able to weaken them at least 90%. Well, at most 90% to 75%, and then somebody else would take them out while I'm reloading, no matter what gun I'm using. Come on, baby. And there's right there is proof of point. You really should. Well, then again, I also used HE shells, which I shouldn't have, because HE shells have just been nerfed into oblivion. But I should have used armor-piercing shells. Then I would have had the ability to take him out in one shot. But I wanted to test. This is post-patch 8.6, and I wanted to see how well HE can still do. And to be honest with you, I'm not impressed. Not impressed with HE at all. But I'm sure there are some situations where it's useful, but right now I just don't feel like it's a good choice. Anyway, the S35 CA, I am having just a blast in this tank. I might not put up a ton of replays, but that's because because I stated in this video the reasons that I stated. It's hard to get a Top Gun, and when I do get a Top Gun, my team kind of loses. Because I mean, if you get a Top Gun in this, it means your team all died, and you're slowly making your way up into a position where you can kill a lot of enemy tanks. So, yeah, I want to do more videos on this. I want to have more Top Guns in it, but it's just hard to do. But it is an extreme joy to drive. Cannot talk this thing up enough. Please get it if you're a tank destroyer guy. And if you liked the video, leave me a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Take it easy, gents.